Hello everybody, my name is Marlo and welcome back to the single player world where last episode we did some work over here on the village that I'm walking through backwards now, and a lot of you guys seem to really like what we did over here and I do too, so thank you for that. I've been really enjoying just kind of walking around and enjoying this little section of the village. Can't wait to do some more work, which is of course what we're going to be doing today. But this time we have to fly over to the other side of the village and land where this concrete powder is, which is where the farmers are going to be going. So my idea is to build up like a big windmill and have a big old crop field, maybe just full of wheat or something, I'm not quite sure yet. And then we're just going to stick the farmers in place. But before we actually get to building, I would just kind of like to make this farmer here and the other one over there safe underground somewhere, just in case they happen to get eaten by zombies whilst I'm building this or something like that, because these two are actually master level, as you can see, so don't want to lose them if I don't have to. So before I actually jump into a time lapse, I'm going to make these guys safe somewhere. Okay, good sir, I need you to hold still because last time I smacked you with my shovel and you were not too happy about it. Let's give you a torch. No, don't you go in there with him. No. Okay, I guess you're going in there with him. Oh, villagers. Oh, you want to join them too? Sure, let's get you all in. Why not? There's no reason not to. Nope, having second thoughts. Nope, he wants to join. There we go. You guys remember Clank, by the way? So sad. So very sad indeed. We'll have to do something a little bit better than this at some point in the future. Okay, where's the other guy? Over here? Somewhere? I've lost him. Found you. No escaping me until you start running away again. Please, just go under there. There we go. Okay. They are safe and secure. Let's actually give this guy a torch just in case something spawns down there. I will let you out soon. Don't worry. I know you've only just got some fresh air after all that time, but this guy is once again in my bed. So yeah, now we're going to jump straight into the time lapse, build up the windmill, and then we can get the surrounding area done. Now this windmill may not look like a windmill for a good chunk of this time lapse, and that's because we're getting the actual building in place and then doing the fan, blade, propeller, I don't know what it's called. The big thing that spins around on a windmill. No idea of the name. I tried to figure out beforehand, but I couldn't exactly find it. I guess it's just part of the windmill. Anyway, the big spinny thing, that is what we're doing afterwards. So this is kind of how the general shape of the building's going. We're actually using the same block palette except for one single change, which I think I might try and incorporate a little bit more into my builds, is some Acacia Trapdoors. I think the little pop of orange actually goes quite nicely with everything else we've got going on here. So certainly something to consider with other builds we do in the future. We also have a bit of a sturdier bottom to the building. It kind of makes it sense, structurally sound. It's got to be carrying this great big thing at the top, so it needs to look a little bit solid, which is also why we're using some cobblestone down there at the bottom. But yeah, this is the actual structure, and now it comes time to adding in all of our blades. Now, I'm actually using scaffolding for this. It's really helpful for certain builds. Sometimes it doesn't really make too much of a difference. Dirt will do the job, but for something like this that's pretty flat, you can just get your scaffolding shape and kind of build around it. I think this has really helped me out doing this, so yeah, don't be afraid to use scaffolding. It can be helpful in certain situations, but with the propeller, I don't know what to call it, the blades, I messed around for a bit trying some different things, so I didn't just go with the normal fences and wall. Obviously, as you can see, that's what I ended up doing, but I messed around with some things. I tried scaffolding actually, I tried some birch trapdoors and a few other things, but I couldn't really get anything that I thought looked better than this. So yeah, here is our spinny thing on top and the entire windmill itself, and now it's time to break the scaffolding down, and of course that's always super satisfying to hear. What do you guys think about this build then? For the most part, I am pretty happy with it. There's just one little section I'm not too enthralled about, which is this top part here on the sides in particular. I think they just maybe look a little bit too thin. possibly too bland. I'm not too sure. I may still adjust it over time, but I've never been particularly good at anything tower-esque, so basically if it goes from fat to thin, I always struggle, which is what this is virtually. So yeah, it's not particularly my forte, but I think for the most part it looks pretty good. Got a couple of funny angles depending on where you view it from, but the main one from the front here looks really cool, I think. So yeah, we got the actual structure in place, haven't yet done the inside. I also need to add in a few extra details, like each of the entrances around here look really bland, so gonna have to do something, even if it's just chucking in a fence and a lantern or something like that. But yeah, for the most part our windmill itself is done, and now what I want to do is create our crop field. So I don't actually need the crops from this field. I am going to let the farmers be able to harvest it, so it basically doesn't matter what we put in there. So I'm going to fill it up with wheat just because I like the look of that crop the best, and I think it will look pretty cool instead of having like a bunch of different ones. So yeah, pretty much I'm going to make a big old wheat field surrounding our windmill here. The windmill and surrounding area has actually been finished. I'm just waiting for all of the wheat to grow up to this level right here, because at the moment I've only just planted it, so it's really low down to the ground and doesn't look particularly good. So whilst I wait for that to do its thing, we're going to head inside my house here and down to the storage room. Kabam, there we are. And I want to do some enchanting of a diamond axe, to be specific, because as you guys know, in the village we're using some mushroom stem blocks to texturize our white terracotta, and to get those you need silk touch, and if you use a pickaxe like I've been using here to get mine, it's very slow. But with an axe, if you have efficiency 4 I think it is, you can insta mine that stuff. So yeah, I'm going to run through some enchantments at my table and grindstone over there and see if I can get a silk touch axe. Let's get enchanting. Woo! Yeah. Woo. Yeah, okay, enough of that. Alright, first one, here we go. Diamond axe, lapis, we get not good. We do it again. Second attempt, here we go. Silk touch, that's a good sign. Efficiency. I could do with unbreaking, but I will not be picky. That is absolutely fine for now. I suppose we had better go try it out then. Axeman, away. That doesn't sound great, does it? Maybe I need to work on that a little bit. Wow, that was only 12 mushroom trees and my axe is half broke. Maybe I do need to put unbreaking on it, but as you can see from those 12 trees, I got all of these brown mushroom blocks, which is great. I'll probably make use of them at some point, but only 60 mushroom stems. These really are a rare block. Maybe I've made a mistake in wanting to use these as much as I am. There is something about a full field of wheat in Minecraft that is just so peaceful to look at. We've also got the sun rising off in the distance, as well as shaders, of course. That also helps to matter. But let's go take a look around and I can show you what I've done. So the first thing you'll probably notice, aside from the shed loads of wheat we have planted down, is our fence going all the way around, connecting up over there and over there. So I want to have some farmers in here. Obviously I need to keep them safe, hence why we have a fence, and I've tried to light everything up inside as best I can. So if I can find one here, there it is. We have some trapdoors with water sources every now and again, with a jack-o'-lantern underneath to try and brighten this area up as best as I can. Obviously have to do a little bit more for that sort of stuff next to our hay bales, just putting some lanterns down. And then we've also got 4 composters dotted around for the actual farmers, as you can see, and as well as some scarecrows. So this is just an armor stand with a pumpkin on its head, and I think that's a cyan and orange mixed shirt, so a little bit of a different color there, which I quite like. To scare off the birds from nibbling away at our crops. So yeah, that's what I've got around the field, I think, as well as this little cart here. Dodged the wheat, very nice. I say that, I'm worried about trampling it all, but as soon as we get some farmers in here, they're going to come and harvest all of this and ruin it. So enjoy this look while it lasts. But yeah, we have this little cart dragging some hay, and then around the actual windmill, I didn't want the crops going right up next to the wall. I didn't think that made much sense, so instead we've just got some like stone stuff going around to kind of show like a visual difference. So just some brick, polished granite, and then some normal granite and some coarse dirt as well, with unfortunately some brown carpet. As I said, had to light this area up, and there wasn't really too much I could do here. other than just hide it underneath some carpet. I don't like using this sort of stuff for lighting, but it's really the only option I had here. Also, I really hope mobs can't just spawn in crops, otherwise that really makes everything I've done with the lighting pointless. So fingers crossed that's not the case. But I've also done the inside here, so this is where they're going to be sleeping. Obviously their workstations are outside next to the composters. Wow, that wheat is very bright. And there wasn't a lot of room in this windmill, so they got a pretty cramped area down here where they actually go to bed, with some of our brown mushroom blocks on the floor. Hopefully they don't climb this ladder, because then they'll come up to the second floor, which is kind of like an observatory space, which I think would look awesome if this windmill actually went round. You could see it just going in front of you, which I think would look really cool. But yeah, we have that on the second level, and then right at our top is my best rendition, I guess, of what a windmill would have at the top, like the actual mill part of it. So I don't know, this spins around and does something here and twists this, and you put your wheat in here and it does something, turns into bread or flour or however the process goes. I don't know, it's difficult to come up with an entire windmill design in a 3x3 area, so this is unfortunately the best I've got. So the plan was to move my 2 farmers in place and my 2 nitwits. The other one is somewhere over there, I'm not sure. But to move these 3 and the other guy into the field. But I've just thought, if these guys at all harvested any crops before they got put in here, the farmers especially, then they're going to have other seeds in their inventory. So beetroots, carrots and potatoes. And I want this to just... I thought one had already got in there, and I was so confused how he did that. No, he's just on the outside of the fence. I just want this to be wheat, not all of the 4 crop types, so I think to play it safe, in a second I'm just going to let these guys back out to free roaming, and then I'm going to get 4 brand new villagers from my villager breeder all the way over there, bring them on over, and they can kind of have a fresh start, and I know for certain they're only going to plant wheat down, because I can decide what they do that way. Well, good to see our farmers haven't stayed fishermen. I brought them over and they picked up the barrels over there, but thankfully they managed to recognize the composters, and they're already doing a good job of making my wheat field look hideous. So thank you guys. I mean, what did I really expect? I knew they were going to do this, but I think it's going to be cool having them walk around here. It won't look as nice, no, but it's going to be cool to see them walking around. They're having a good old chat over there. So I think I'm just going to hang around here for a couple of extra minutes and wait until nighttime and just make sure they pick up their beds inside, because this thing is a little bit different to all of the other villager houses we've done. The beds are not quite as near as the other ones. And I guess now we have the farmers in place, these guys can be set free. So off you go, back to free roaming around. I wish you good luck avoiding the mobs. Okay, those two, they want to stay in the hole apparently. Guys, the sun set, the moon has risen. Please go to bed. I think one of them already has. But yeah, maybe they didn't recognize it. I'm not chancing it anyway. Wait, no, you're my master farmer. Oh wait, there they go. Oh, amazing. Okay, okay, maybe not you. We got most of them anyway. I'm sure I'll be fine. Right, I need to go to bed before some mobs start spawning. They're swarming the houses. Okay, get out, get out. It's my turn. Hoo-wee, that was a close call. You would have gone straight in there if I didn't have my trapdoors up. Where are these evil baby zombies around? I did see them, I think, anyway. Maybe I wasn't imagining things. Where did they die? I can't... I hear them, but I don't see them. As long as he's not inside, it doesn't really matter. Oh, there you are. You managed to fit in that little gap. Uh-oh. Have I just created a villager breeder from doing this? This isn't good. Maybe it is good. I don't know. I don't know if this is good or not. I suppose it can't... Oh, sorry, I'm disturbing, aren't I? I suppose it can't hurt to have some baby villagers running around, but I wouldn't really say this place is ready for that. Okay, anyway, so we got the windmill done, looking nice. Well, it's not really anymore, it's all messed up, as you can see. Oh, look at them, they're chatting away with their neighbors who are not farmers. Poor guys. Anyway, yeah, let's do another building, because we've still got a little bit of time left in this episode, and I think I'm going to tackle the fishing shack over here. So this is where one of the many fishermen in our village are going to be held, the one I'm probably going to trade with anyway. So I've got a little bit of a design here. We're going to have some docks going out into the water. Let's do a super quick time lapse and get this one built up. Well, isn't this the most adorable little fishing shack ever? Maybe not the most adorable, but it's kind of cute, I think. I really like it. So, you saw the outside. I don't need to show you that too much. We have some grass growing under the river here for some reason. Don't quite know how that's happened. But yeah, I have added in texture to this building. I haven't got round to doing it for the other ones. I will at some stage. I don't have enough mushroom stems at the moment, and it's kind of an effort to go and collect them. It's really a bad choice of block, but it looks so good, doesn't it? Well, I like it at least, and a lot of you guys do, I think. But let's head inside our fishing shack, and I can show you around. So I've decorated the inside as well as moved over a fisherman who apparently has just quit because he was a fisherman, but maybe lost track of this barrel or whatever barrel he was looking at before. Are you stuck, by the way? Are you trying to get somewhere? No, you're just, by choice, you're deciding to do that. Okay, fair enough. So yeah, this is the inside. I kind of just decorated it similar to what we've been doing for the rest of them. We got some tables and that sort of stuff. Bed, scaffolding is another little table. He's got a chest, a Nemo on display up here, and then a nice little furnace, making use of our dark prismarine connecting up to the chimney above. So, ready to cook, eat some cooked salmon, by the way. He's got it on his plate, ready to have a meal. Not that he has a chair in here anywhere. He can sit out on his chair out here on the dock. So, yeah, hopefully our fisherman finds the barrel out here sometime soon. I can always give him a little bit of a nudge and see if he can sort himself out that way. But, yeah, fishing shack all done. I really like this one. I think it's a nice little build. So I was just heading over to my windmill to check on all my farmers, see how they were doing, potatoes and carrots in hand, ready to lock in their trades, because I haven't done that just yet. I was waiting until they got a bit accustomed, but I noticed there is only one farmer. So, oh wow, you have really messed this up, haven't you? Thanks a bunch. Thanks a bunch. That led me to wonder, where have the other ones gone? Well, let me show you. They are a little bit trapped. Behind here is one, here is the other, and then here maybe is the third. Yeah, so obviously they've trying to get out of bed and they've gone to this corner instead of one of these two. So I need to actually fill these gaps in instead of just putting some torches down. Hopefully these guys can re-find their workstation. Oh yeah, that guy's already on it before they track the smoker upstairs, but it looks like they've done a marvelous job. Oh, the farmers have been the most cooperative. Oh wait, let's not fill it in, let's actually fill it in. They've been the most cooperative this whole time. Like, I've had so much problems with all the other villagers, but the farmers, I mean, it went swimmingly. Aside from them being trapped behind the wall, but that's not really their fault. I'll take the blame for that one, guys. So yeah, they're all back to work now. I'm just going to go around. Hopefully all of them have at least one carrot or potato trade, and I can lock these guys in place. Ah, no carrot trade or potato. Oh wait, there's an emerald. You may have noticed an unusual looking flower throughout the duration of this episode, and that is because I have retextured my allium flower to look like this. It's meant to look a little bit like lavender. I know it's maybe a bit thicker than what a lavender plant would look like, but I think I've got the colors okay, and I've done this because I have a vision for this flower, okay? So My idea is pretty far-fetched and it may not even happen, and even if it does, it's going to be very far in the future. It's way out of my comfort zone and like nothing I've ever done before, but I have an idea which consists of a giant lavender field surrounded by many custom mountains, all with snowy peaks and looking just wondrous. It's in and amongst its own valley, and in that lavender field and behind and within all of the mountains is a large ranch style home, and I can make it my permanent base, have animals to tend to and chores to do each day, and it can just be my retirement plan, so to say, my forever home, somewhere I can just go to relax and kick back and not think about things and just let my mind be at ease. But that's just an idea. I haven't really put too much thought into it. It's really just a flower. So yeah, new flower design added to the texture pack. Whoop-bam! In all seriousness, guys, that is really something I would absolutely love to do, and it's all pretty basic, except from the custom mountains. I mean, one mountain that you make by hand is hard enough and takes enough time. Imagine doing an entire valley full. Certainly a very long project, so maybe something we save for the future. We are only on, what is this, episode 17? So yeah, maybe when we get really far down the line, that's something I'd love to do. But yeah, guys, that's going to be it for this episode. I really hope you did enjoy watching and you liked the fisherman's house behind me, as well as our windmill and farming area. Look at them working away, doing a marvelous job. Well done, guys. Very proud of you. But yes, guys, thank you so much for watching this episode. Really hope you did enjoy it, and I will see you on the next one. Bye for now.